This is what happens when you cut down a tree in the forest, here at least in Canada. I'm in central Ontario, Canada, in deciduous forest just south of the boreal forest, the transition to the boreal forest, and got some pretty deep soils here and very, I would say, dense and productive forests. So what I have here around me on the property is a mixed forest. Primarily I would say 90% deciduous, and sugar maple is the dominant species here. Got yellow birch and paper birch. What else? Beech, oak, some red maple. What else? Immediately around me, I think that's pretty well it. These saplings are mostly sugar maples. And then I have hemlock, balsam fir, spruce, and cedar behind me as well, and in front of me. So this is actually what happened. So I cut this tree down when? Last fall, I think it was, in anticipation of expanding the vegetable garden, which is right here behind me. Tiny little opening, the sunniest spot on the property, fortunately and unfortunately. I'll get into that in a bit, but I cut this one tree down, and then another tree fell down in a windstorm right here, and it opened up the canopy and let the sun shine in here. Not that much actually, just sort of half a day or maybe a third of a day of sunshine. And this is what happened. All these saplings sprouted and started growing the seedlings. So these ones here would have already started a couple years ago or a few years ago, but all these seedlings down at ground level just sprouted this spring, and I'll show you there's massive amount of them, like countless. And this is typical. This is typical what happens in our forest. If a tree falls down, if there's any kind of disturbance that allows the sunlight through to reach the forest floor, and just a proliferation of plant starts growing. And here I've got so many tree seedlings that that's the thing that typically immediately starts sprouting. So my challenge is, that's all great, and it's nice if you're trying to establish a new forest or to sequester more carbon or something. What I'm trying to do is create a clearing here for a workshop, a greenhouse, and an expanded vegetable garden. So my plan, what I'm doing today, is clearing more of this out. Basically, I'm going to have to race nature to replace this flora that's proliferating here with species that are beneficial to me and to wildlife, and that's going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to work quickly. So the plan is just to scrape this all away, get a few more trees down, get more sunlight in here, get the greenhouse built, get my workshop built, and have this south-facing slope to plant sort of a terraced vegetable garden. And at the back of the garden, what I'm doing is replacing these sort of monocrop species of sugar maples with more variety. So I've got some nut trees, hazelnut, pin cherry, choke cherry, wild plum, and things like that. So what's going to benefit me, my family, and wildlife. That's the plan. I've got those plants with me. I'm going to try to get enough cleared that I can get those in, get them established without having them get in the way of my construction that I'm going to be doing here for the rest of the summer. So my dream for this property, just a little backstory, my dream for this property was always to have it as a food forest where I could walk through the 20 or 30 acres here and the surrounding crown land and be able just to forage and get enough sustenance from the land in a form of plant material as well as animals, meat. You know, it's partially doing that. It's you know, providing some of my calories, but not enough. So part of also like that dream, like I said, was to forage through this land, but also to create little clearings, plant better food sources, and be able to kind of just walk through trails picking food here and there all summer long and fall. So that's what I'm working on, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Every time a tree comes down, I'm going to replace it or plant something that's beneficial to me and to wildlife. Berries, nuts, other vegetables, mushrooms. I have a ton of mushrooms in this forest, but I want to sort of cultivate them, make them a little bit more productive. The sugar maples, I'm going to continue to help those out by creating enough sunlight and less competition around some of the better, healthier sugar maples so that they can produce better, they can grow better. So I've got my work cut out for me. It's a lifetime project and something I really enjoy. So to me, it's not work, it's just part of life, and just watching this place evolve and become more productive and more suitable for cohabitation between myself, family, friends, and wildlife is my goal. So keep planting fruit bushes, bring in as many birds and pollinators and insects as I can, and just make it a super productive place. That's why I bought it. That's why we built the homestead here, and so I'm going to continue to do. So I hope that answers the questions I get often about the trees, and how many trees I cut down, how many I utilize, and how I replace those. Nature does the replacement for me, and my job is to help it along with so that we integrate into this environment without creating a negative impact or as little impact as possible. I think I'm so far doing a pretty good job, and I'm looking forward to improving the job that I'm doing. So that being said, bugs are starting to find me here, so I have to keep moving so they don't find my location and start feasting on me. But until I get this brush cleared out and get some wind through here and sunlight, the bugs are going to continue to be fairly bad. Anyway, that's it. So I'm going to get back to work. If you like this video or you want to see what's going on the homestead, please subscribe to this channel and to the other channel. You'll see a wide variety of content, all related to wilderness living and outdoor living in Canada. And of course, self-reliance being the name of my main channel, My Self-Reliance. It's focused primarily on becoming less and less dependent on society and on the grid, and learning to live with nature as cheaply and as sustainably as possible. So like I said, if you're interested in this stuff, please check out both channels, subscribe, and hope you enjoy it. Hope you maybe learn something as I'm learning each day. So I gotta get back to work, so thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you at the cabin next time. Take care.